Greetings and salutations. Thank you all so much for sticking around. I've enrolled myself into summer classes, and they're also online classes, so as you might know, they are no joke. One of my courses is about the French Revolution and the Napoleonic Wars. This first assignment was a small discussion about any three causes of the revolution. There are, of course, many reasons, but as mentioned, only three were needed. Please consider subscribing and become one of my first 1,000 mates, or whatever I'm calling my subscribers. Consider liking the video as well. I had to read over 50 pages of text and articles for this 250 word discussion over the course of 3 days. So, yeah, enjoy. A discussion module about the causes that led to the French Revolution, the government's financial issues. First cause. In hindsight, it would be easy to point out the government's poor financial situation as being a cause of the revolution. As a monarch with absolute sovereignty, they would be financially responsible for customs, ceremonies, infrastructure, education, and overall health of their subjects. France also had a vast kingdom that reached across the Atlantic and opposingly a reach that saw the Indian subcontinent. This acquirement of land needed to be preserved, governed, and granted the same responsibilities as any other subject under their rule. Also, a long and severe rivalry with Britain would require the French to keep their army as modern as their enemies were. The financial burdens were expected of the monarch, all while being extremely limited on the way that they could raise money due to custom and law. Secular attitudes. Second cause. The 2 decades prior to the revolution saw great famine in the nation due to a change in climate. The lower classes didn't receive much of any relief from any of the praying clergy, nor did they from the privileged nobles. This would grow discontent within the lower classes during a time of Enlightenment growth. Faycal mentions in their article how the Frenchmen saw themselves as forward-thinking and not blind followers of the church, unlike their southern European neighbors. Literacy was becoming more common for the lower class, which would see more and more people enter national competitions in Enlightenment arts such as poetry or share their literary thoughts to those who were not literate. This caused a unification in the massive Third Estate. They all united under the civil ideals of the Enlightenment that opposed the current ideals in the nation. Economic expansion of the bourgeoisie. Final cause and most important cause. Oh, and by the way, just my opinion. By the way, most important, my opinion. Okay, my opinion. Unlike the nobles, the bourgeoisie proudly earned their education and wealth themselves. This pride was brought about due to the growing economic situation of lower class niches such as business owners, lawyers, etc. This rise would see the bourgeoisie and the nobility cross paths, especially in their social settings. Luxuries and events only afforded to the nobility were becoming affordable to the bourgeoisie. This rise in independence would be a major factor in the revolution that is to come. The article by Gerstenberger argues against a fellow historian about the true face of revolution, themselves dubbing the revolt as the bourgeois revolution. Their mentioned independence, the bourgeois had an opportunity to see their ideals become a reality within their nation. Conclusion. The financial issues of the monarch and their government, the secular attitudes of the subjects, and the independence of the bourgeois are all connected in many ways. With so many responsibilities, the monarch would inevitably neglect the people or their needs, which will lead to the growing literate population to share their thoughts of discontent with others in enlightened ways. The economic growth in the bourgeoisie would see them capable of implementing these ideals from below. This juggling act from the government would see the great force of the revolution. One might even say the revolution was welcomed with these circumstances. And then I have my bibliography. I used D.Popkin, the Jeremy D.Popkin, A Short History of the French Revolution book that was available to me by my school. Faycal, their piece was the Journal of the History of Ideals, talking about muting the church's voice in pre-revolutionary France. Haida Gerstenberger, How Bourgeois Were the Bourgeois Revolutions? Historical Materialism, Bourgeois, Bourgeois, Bourgeois. A lot of bourgeois, bourgeoisie. Anyways, thank you again. This was my first assignment that I had to do for my summer classes online. I will put their information in the description below. This one is going to be a short video. Please, not too much on me. I am going through a lot. I work. I go to school. I have my own place. It gets to be a lot. So stuff like this is just something really fun to do. Just to, show other people the work that I've done. I'm learning. Whatever. I'm really trying to drag it out to 10 minutes, but it's not going to happen. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please, again, consider subscribing. Leave a like. This took a lot of reading, like I mentioned, but, that, comes with the degree I'm pursuing. So, anyways, thank you again, and take care.